Hey, Sub here. Wanted to jump in with some generally positive news for most people. Not everyone, but most people. Call of Duty has decided that they are going to actually nerf the Terminator skin in Warzone and Call of Duty multiplayer, which is honestly overdue and terrific. But I say most people because not everybody's super happy. Some people dropped cash on that, fully understanding that it gave them a competitive advantage in the game. And they are unhappy, to say the least, that their skin that they paid for, that gave them a nice little advantage, is going to be nerfed. Specifically, this guy Dominican Savage popped up. Nothing against him personally; I don't know who he is, but I saw this and I just thought about responding to it. And I figured, you know what, a video is actually going to come out better. Refund much, partial refund. That's a pricey skin to modify after purchase. Is that legal? Serious question. And actually, that's really an interesting topic because we're all used to buying something. And when you buy something, like, it's yours, right? You own it. You've bought it. And it's yours forever until you get rid of it, right? Like, I go to you go to the store, you buy a little toy, right? And nothing this company can do, Hasbro in this case, can change the fact that I bought this toy, right? Like, they can go and redesign the toy. They can release another version of it. They can change the colors. They can change the look. They can discontinue it. But they can't do anything about the fact that I've bought it. I own this object and have owned it for many, many years. It's older than a lot of you. But we are not buying digital, or we're not buying physical objects in the game. In Call of Duty, when you buy a skin, when you buy a bundle, you're buying a license, which is a very, very abstract thing to think about. You're basically buying permission to use art assets while you play the game. You don't get permission to take them elsewhere. You can't take them to another game. You can't keep them, right? You can't download the files for yourself. You can't rent it to somebody or loan it to somebody or trade with somebody. Okay? Because you're not buying the skin, right? You're not buying the art assets. It's not, you didn't go to the store. You're not buying a toy, right? You're not buying a physical thing. There's nothing physical you own. This toy was made by Hasbro under a license from Lucasfilm. And what they did is they contacted Lucasfilm and said, hey, we want the right to make the character you invented into a toy. And Lucasfilm said, sure, you're going to give us 20% or whatever it is. And they did, and everybody made money and everybody's very happy about it. However, nobody else was allowed to make this because only Hasbro had the license. Okay? So the ability to make this was licensed. However, in Call of Duty, and this is true for just about every other digital thing that you buy, when you're dealing with digital, you're not buying a thing, okay? It's not like the old days where you bought a video game and you got a cartridge, okay? You're not buying a CD with the game on it. You're buying a license to use the game. And technically, this has always been true. Believe it or not. Whenever you buy media, you're buying the license to consume that media. And they used to have to give you the media to do it. And this goes all the way back to VCRs, back in the 80s. Back in the 19th century. The 1900s, I should say. And the issue at hand was, for the first time, people could copy broadcasts, right? In their homes. You could pop a tape in the VCR, hit record, and record anything that came on TV. And the problem was, the question of whether you were allowed to do that or not came and went. You were allowed to do it. VCRs were here to stay. So the challenge has been how to control those licenses and those rights. And what they've come up with is this system that we have now. This is what it's evolved into, where when you go to purchase something online, specifically a skin in Call of Duty, in this case, a bundle, you're not again, purchasing the bundle. You're not purchasing a bundle, you're purchasing a license for that bundle. And specifically what you're getting, this is the terms of service for Activision. And they call it service provided content, such as unlockable content, virtual assets, codes, achievements, etc. And that you understand that while at times you may earn, buy, or purchase service provided content, you do not in fact own or have any property interest in service provided content. And the price of any service provided content does not refer to any credit of balance, currency, or its equivalent. Rather, any service provided content you receive is licensed to you as set out in Section 3 and all other terms. Blah, blah, blah. Basically, what they're saying is you don't have any right whatsoever in any way, shape, or form about the content that you have purchased. They can change it. They can discontinue it. It's not worth anything to you. You can't sell it. You can't trade it. You literally are buying permission to decorate your character for as long as they choose to allow you to do so. Welcome to the 21st century and digital media. And it's legal, and it's held up in court. And generally speaking, it's one of those things that you should never buy anything online, any skin, any bundle that you aren't fully prepared to see deleted one day. Without warning, without hesitation, without anything you can do. Just one day you'll wake up and it's gone. The company closed. The game turned off. Whatever the case may be. Because that happens more often than you'd imagine. We saw it happen with Warzone 1, right? A lot of Warzone specific skins were lost. And at the end of the day, it's just the price of playing the game. So if the idea of losing your skin or the idea of losing money because they changed the skin bothers you, don't buy it. I mean, at the end of the day, it's the only option you have. Don't buy it. Because you don't have recourse otherwise. You can't get refunds. You can't get your money back. You can't change it out. You can't exchange it, trade it, sell it, thrift it. Can't pick it up at a discount unless they give it to you that way. Digital media is not real. It's not like a toy. It's not one of these things that you can buy at the store and just take home and have it be yours. You're just renting it. And that's the biggest thing that people got to get through their heads. When you play this online games, when you buy these online things, you're renting it. You're borrowing it. And you're paying money for the privilege of that. Which is fine. As long as you understand that going in. And especially in a game like COD where it gives you an advantage. No judgment. When it gives you an advantage, you should definitely expect it to be changed in the future. Okay? As long as you're buying it with that in mind and knowing full well that's coming, it is what it is. And if you don't know that, now you do. Tell me what you think in the comments. I'll catch you on the next one.